Welcome to week 7 of our Barefoot Back to Basics series. Today we are going to start with our ball and opening through the feet, and we're going to move through and progress to doing some hip openers today. So as I've talked about, a lot of the time our hips are really tight, our glutes are not functioning very well. So I'm going to help get a little bit more mobility there, a bit more flow through with your walking. But let's start today with those balls, please. So as normal, you can start, if you're still in a position where you're needing to start on the chairs and just use a tennis ball, please do. If you are now progressed through to standing, you've either got the tennis ball and or again, progressing through to the lacrosse ball and or a massage ball. So they're just that little bit harder. So when you do put the pressure down, you're not going to squish through like you would on a tennis ball. So let's start with that ball down, please. Holding onto chair if you're still needing it. If we have got the other foot and we're not using the chair, let's find the balance through the base of the heel, the base of the big toe, base of pinky and the digits down. So stack through, again, shoulder, hip, knee, foot directly underneath. And we're just going to start with rolling your heel. So it's just a little bit of a loosen through the heel. And then we'll come to some direct pressure through the arch. Okay, so now I'm going to just bring that ball to the base of the arch, tucking again through my core, making sure we're stacked through, and let's put the direct pressure straight down. So making sure, again, tight through that core, bottom tucked under slightly, so we're getting a better postural position in our barefoot stance. We have a slight bend through the knee and we are stable through your supporting leg. Going to move the ball, please, to the middle of your arch now, and again, the direct pressure coming straight down. Bring a nice focus in on your breathing. So when we're keeping that breathing nice and controlled, it allows us to have those muscles relax and release. Again, through that foot, so many muscles, joints, bones that we are able to release through. So bring your focus into the breathing, nice and slow and controlled. Top of the arch, please, and again, that pressure going straight down. So there's a lot to focus on when we are doing our barefoot session and or any strengthening sessions with stabilizing the feet, core control, breathing, and doing the exercises. Now I'm going to reposition that ball on my foot, and we're just now going to roll it backwards and forwards, please. So hopefully you've been doing the rolling of your feet at least once a day. If not, 3 or 4 times through the week. It's great for bringing improved circulation through the body, through the feet. A lovely little massage through. Okay, so please now put your heel down on the floor and bring the ball under the toes, and we roll the ball side to side. So we just control that through. As you are rolling the ball side to side, we now move it down to the base of the arch and then through the arch and back up. So you can move that through where you're needing to. And we're just going to now again bring it forwards and backwards, please. Now, grabbing hold of a chair if we're needing to, and or keeping the balance through the foot. Raise that foot up, circle through the ankle, and back in the opposite direction, please. And we're just going to bring that foot down, being mindful of where your ball is. So let's swap to the other foot, please. So bring it onto your heel. The ball of the foot is down on the ground, and we just roll through the heel first. Taking a deep breath through, please. Now we're coming to the base of your arch. Again, stack shoulder, hip, knee, foot, pressure down and get the balance through your foot, please. So the base of the heel, base of the big toe, base of pinky and the digits down nice and gently, relaxing through the knee and again, nice and tight through your core. So the direct pressure is down at the base of your arch. Take the deep breath and move it now to mid-arch, please, and pressure down again. And let's just move now to the top of the arch and again, pressure down. So just tucking through that core, please, again. And now let's roll forwards and backwards. We're going to please bring the arch down onto your heel onto the floor. Ball of the foot, we're rolling the ball under the toes across the ball of the foot. And now we're just going to start moving that ball down. So down to the arch. Back up through the arch. And side to side. Now bring it back through, forwards and backwards motion, please. Okay, so taking a deep breath through, holding onto a chair, please. We're going to bring that foot up and circle through the ankle. And circle back in the opposite direction. Taking a deep breath in, please. Popping that foot down, just being mindful where the ball is. So we'll just get you to pop those balls up and to the side. And just bring a little march through. So I'm just going to get you to bring a heel tap in front today. So just tap the heels up in front. And march back through. So keeping tight again through, just bring a little side to side step next for me. And march that back through. So we're just going to now stabilize through the feet. So we're just going to stop where we are. Again, let's just have a look down at those feet. See how they're positioned. Are we again coming out slightly one foot, more so the other? Has this progressed over the course of our series with doing the barefoot sessions? But reminding ourselves that we're always needing to stack shoulder, hips, knees, ankles. And that's where we keep it. So hands are going to come onto the hips, please, and we'll just rock side to side. So having an awareness of how we stand has been something that I've brought into classes. We've talked about it a lot of times. A lot of people talk about having the sore hip, and they'll stand here talking to me like this. And that's the first thing. You have to have that awareness of how you stand, whether you're rolling a foot, whether you are leaning more onto one side. I'm just going to get you to bring a circle through. So when you do find yourself, so it's finding that trigger of, okay, I'm standing in a position that's not good for my posture, it's not beneficial to my body, snap it back into shoulders, hips, knees, and reposition yourself into a nice postural stance. Take the circles with the hips in the opposite direction, please. And just bring the side to side back through, please. Okay, now we're going to come back down onto, or we're going to come onto the floor and or onto your chairs now to do our big toe movements through. So let's just take a little march again. You can pop out your mats, grab your cushions, whatever you're needing. You're going to either come down onto that chair, down onto the floor, and I'll see you very shortly. So we're now down on the floor or sitting in our chairs, and we're going to start doing the big toe movements through. So you can either keep that leg out, cross the leg up. If you have the mobility and you prefer to cross it under, please feel free to do so. So this is the limitations of that hip mobility. So progressing over time, it may get easier to come down onto the floor. It may not. We're just going to work through best we can. So on the floor, we're going to hold the base of that big toe into the knuckle and holding that part still. Taking hold of the big toe, we're going to take a small circle through in one direction. So again, making sure the focus is through your breathing. And circle back in the opposite direction. So I've talked about a lot, having that mobility through the big toe is going to help with how you walk. The movement through. So doing these movements through the big toe when you can is going to be extremely beneficial. Deep breath in, and we're just going to pull the big toe straight up and then down. So small move up and down. And let's just release that one down. Now we're just popping a finger in between the big toe and pulling that big toe in towards your body. So talk about it, and we look at a lot of the shoes within classes as to how they have been built over the years, and majority of the shoes that we do wear still tend to push our big toe in towards the smaller toes. So a lot of people experience the bunions as they're getting older. We're not necessarily going to be able to correct that. We are going to be able to help move that big toe back out slightly if we have that awareness of what shoes we do put on our feet, and doing some of these exercises to help regain some of that big toe mobility. And let's just bring it back in. And now we're going to move that big toe backwards and forwards. So the big thing and the tricky thing, and it's extremely hard, is to find a pair of shoes that allow the toe splaying in front. So when you do start looking at shoes, you'll start to see an awareness of the difference in a barefoot shoe. And yes, they are very hard to come across. Majority of them are online. Hopefully in time that will change and they will have more in stock in shops. Taking a deep breath, let's now please bring the big toe and the second toe forwards and backwards. So we're just changing the directions. We start mobilizing through the toes. Start moving it down, please. So let's come down to the second and the third toe, forwards and backwards. Let's come down now, please, to the third and the fourth. And let's now move back up, down, one more down to the smallest digit, our pinky toe, and the fourth. And let's just move it back up please. So fourth and third. And the third and the second. And let's come up to the second and your big toe again, so backwards and forwards. We're now going to link those fingers through the toes, please. And holding on to the mid-arch, just circle through the foot. And back in the opposite direction. And a little bit side to side. We're now going to just bring your fingers through the front of your foot. So we're just going to get a little bit more movement through, loosening up the front. And through your arch. Rubbing your thumbs through, and let's just take the foot now and just a small side to side. Now taking a deep breath through, please. Let's release your foot out and just give a rub through the hip, a little bit through your thigh. So always just loosening our bits up and moving through that foot, so just twisting through. Now taking a deep breath through, please. You can either bring that leg out in front again, crossing the other foot up, and or tucking. So basically, let's come to the other side. And I'm going to bring my foot up. I'm going to again grab the base of my big toe through the knuckle, and I'm going to hold the big toe and circle through, please. So we first start circling in one direction. Again, we've got that really nice focus on your breathing. And circle back in the opposite direction, please. Taking a deep breath in, and let's just pull the big toe up and back down. I find it very interesting with some of the clients that I have who do have diabetes and or bad circulation through those feet, how much circulation we bring back through the feet with doing these movements. So it's a really good thing for you to add in to your daily routine to help improve circulation. Taking a deep breath now, please. Just release that one. Fingers in between the big toe, and let's move it back in towards your body and then release. So coming back to people who do have diabetes, and one of the things that people are told is to not take your shoes off due to the fact that you may, hurt the feet, not know that you've had a sore on the foot and it can cause infection. I've got quite a few ladies who have got diabetes who have been doing these classes, and they found a massive improvement in the circulation, in the mobility through the feet, in how they walk, balance, hip mobility and everything. So whilst it is, don't wear no shoes outside. When you're inside and you're in a controlled environment, we do suggest that you do take those shoes off. You get the balance, you get the stability through the feet. Hold through and take the forwards and backwards with the big toe. It always comes back to, it is your choice. You find what works for you, what you're comfortable with. Just be really careful. But try it. If it's something that you think may work, give it a go. We're now going to take the big toe and the second toe and start moving them backwards and forwards through, please. So really bring a focus now into your breathing as we're taking them back and forward. Taking it now down, please, to the second and the third toe, forwards and backwards. Again, when we're doing any exercises, have an awareness of that body in what may be tighter than the other side. Do we have an even balance through the third and the fourth down, please? And come back to things if you're needing to later. And let's come down to the fourth and the pinky, the small digit, forwards and backwards. Now let's just start moving that back through, please. So fourth and the third, coming back up. So again, focus on the breathing. Coming back up now to the second and the third. And let's bring it up now to the second and the big toe, forwards and backwards. Okay, so again, let's hold on mid-arch, please. Link those fingers through toes, and we're going to circle through ball of the foot first, please. And let's circle back. That was a lovely little crack. So now we're going to hold mid-arch again, and please take that sideways. I am noticing through this foot a little bit of tightness in various areas. So I am definitely going to come back and do a little bit more work later on. And we're now just going to give it a wiggle through and start bringing the fingers through the front of your foot, moving them up through the lines. Come into your arch, please, and give that a massage through. So using your thumbs, massage through that arch. And I'm going to now come to the top, roll side to side, please. And taking a deep breath through, just going to release that leg out. Give the hip a rub through, please, and wiggle through your quad area. And a little bit of a movement through. When you're ready, we're going to come back up into our standing position, please. We're going to bring our big toes up, small toes, and start working through then our hip mobility. So I'll see you back up very shortly. So when we do come up, we're just going to come back again to your side to side movements through those hips. So trying to create the balance through your feet, through the base of the heels, base of the big toe, the base of the pinky toe, and still keeping those digits down. So keeping the feet down, keeping them balanced through, and being able to rock those hips. Now we're just going to again circle through, please. So just small movements through. Again, trying to keep the balance through the feet. And this is something that will progress over time. Circle back in the opposite direction with those hips. And taking a deep breath back to side, please. And let's just now bring our little march back through, please, and stabilize through those feet. Relax through the knees, tighten in through the core. Now we're going to take one foot out in front. So again, we can use the eyes to look down at the feet. Hopefully we're going to start progressing the movements through the toes. Keeping tucked through the core, please. We are going to raise your big toe up first. Take the deep breath, big toe down please, and again, let's raise the small digits up. So when we do raise the small digits, it's not rolling the foot to raise them, we're wanting them to come straight up and straight down. So small toes down and the big toe up again. Big toe down with the small toes coming up. Small toes down and the big toe up. Okay, we're going to bring our switches through now, please. So take a deep breath. Big toe, switch. 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 And switch. Now take a deep breath, big toe back down and bring our march back through, please. Stabilize again through feet and take the other side out. Focus, shoulders, hips, knees, feet directly. So always that postural position and we're tied in through that core. Take a deep breath in, please. Bring that big toe up. Big toe down, small toes up. Small toes down, big toe up. Big toe down, small toes up. Small toes down, big toes up. Now we're going to bring the switches through. So big toe down, small up. And let's switch. Switch, switch, switch. Switch, 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 and switch. So taking that deep breath, put the small toes down, and let's bring our little march back through. Stabilize again through your feet, tucking in through your core. And we're just going to take a deep breath in again. Let's stabilize first through the base of the heel, base of big toe, base of pinkies, and the digits are down. We are stacked, shoulders, hips, knees, feet. Bottom is under slightly and we're tight through your core area. We're going to take both feet now and start with raising the big toes, please. Taking a deep breath, bring those big toes down and raise the small toes. So again, let's not roll the feet to lift the toes. We're wanting them to come straight up. Make sure our knees stay apart, make sure our glutes stay switched on. Small toes down, big toes up, please. Big toe down and the small toes up. Now with the small toes up, we are now just going to roll the outside of the feet up and bring that down. Big toes up, please. Big toe down, smalls up and roll slightly off outside of your foot. So controlling the movement though the knees are not coming together. And small toes down, big toes up. Big toe down, small toes up, and again roll the outside up. We're going to bring those feet back into even balance. Let's bring a little bit of a march again, tucking through, tight through that core again. Body up nice and tall. Raise your big toes up, please. And we're going to take our switches through using both feet. So switch, 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 and switch. Take a deep breath in, please. Again, let's bring a little bit of a march back through and come into nice neutral position. Shoulders, hips, knees, and drop the feet down again. So relax through those knees, please. Tuck in through your core and let's get the even balance through the base of the heel, base of the big toe, base of pinky, and the digits down again. So the digits currently are just sitting on top of the floor. This time as we exhale through, we're just going to press the digits down and work on building a little bit of strength through those arches and release. So let's please keep it nice and tight. Deep breath in as you exhale. Push the digits down. So we're not crunching up, we're just popping the digits down onto the floor. And release, please. So again, tight through that core. Take your deep breath in. As you exhale, digits down again. And release. Deep breath in again, please, one more time. Exhale, digits going down. And release. We're just going to now bring our little march back through, please. And again, bring that heel tap in front. And let's march back through and come in now to the side movement through. And march back through, please. Now tight through that core. Take a toe tap behind this time. So just tap the toe to and let's just bring that up, stabilize through, and again, side to side, please. Taking our deep breath through, get you to grab yourselves a little drink. When we come back now, we're going to start on our hip mobility. So grab your sliders, please, and we're going to start with our abduction slides out to the side. So have your chair handy if you're needing it, but grabbing those sliders, and I'm going to see you very shortly. So we're coming now to start with some hip mobility and strengthening through your glutes and through your hips. Sliders are going to be used, chair if you're needing to. So again, please have your chair right by your side. The minute you start putting that chair and leaning through your chest, you're going to throw that posture out. And what we're trying to do in coming into the barefoot, tucking your bottom under, is realign the posture and get you into a better postural stance and being able to work through the muscles effectively how they should be. So sliders, please, chairs by your side. If you're on carpet, shiny bit will go down onto the floor. If you are on a tiled or lino floor, black part down onto the floor. So the connection through with the slider, brilliant. We're using from all the way through from the head. We're needing to trigger all the way through the whole of the leg to slide it out and have the connection through from the hip through the leg. Now when I bring this back in, so I'm using my glute, I'm using my hip, and we're coming out to the slide. Your body that we are keeping nice and stable, nice and tall, we are stacking from the shoulder to the hip, through to the knee, through to the foot, stabilizing through your foot, through the base of the heel, base of your big toe, base of the pinky, and the digits are down. So I've got a nice postural alignment through, and I'm just using the glute and my whole leg through to the foot to move this slider out. So if you're finding the connections not coming all the way through, this is something that we're needing to work on. And I'm just going to bring it in and put the heel down, please. We are going to swap. So again, turning yourselves around if you're needing to. Tuck it through, stacking through, shoulder, hip, knee, foot. Keeping it still, nice and straight line. Slide out to the side, in. So you'll notice quite often I will put my hand on a focus point. It may be that it's through my core, so I'm wanting to keep that tucked under. It may also be then I'm using my glute to squeeze out. When you put your hand there, you bring another part of awareness through. So my brain says to hand, squeeze glute and in. So everyone's different, progressing through. These are a few pointers that you can use. So whether it be that you're finding that you're arching through and you need to tuck your bottom back under, whether you're not finding the connection through the glute, will depend where you might want to put that hand. And bring it in and bring your heel down, please. We're now going to swap back to the other side and take your 45-degree slide. So first stabilizing through the foot, and again, get your alignment through, tucking in, 45-degree slide out. Now with my stabilized leg, my knee is slightly bent. And bring it in and heel down, please. So swap to the other side. So again, your 45-degree slide, tucking through, relaxing through the knee, supporting knee, and squeeze out. And in and heel down again. Now we're going to come to the reverse slide. So tucking it through. With this one, we do lean slightly forward. We are stacking shoulder, hip, knee again, and the foot stabilizing through. Keeping in a hip width position, we're using the glute to push back and in. Now your front leg again we're going to keep it still. So there's no movement through the leg. The only thing that moves is your working leg. You are going to feel your glute switch on in your stabilized leg. But we don't want any movement through your body apart from the hip moving back by the glutes. We're using the glute to squeeze it back. And we're just going to bring that in and put your foot down, please. So again, swap back through, tuck it in. Slightly lean forward and use your glute. Squeeze the foot back. Squeeze your glute back as we push that foot out. So the connection through the slide back is through your glute, through your hamstring, through the calf, all the way down to the foot. We have focus on the breathing. And we're now going to bring that in and put the heel down. So we're going to come back to the sliders, please, for our quarter circles and half circles. So first, let's stack it all through, shoulder, hip, knee, foot down. Take a nice deep breath. Now stabilize through the heel again, through the base of the big toe, through the base of the pinky and the digits down. With your quarter circle again, we're wanting to keep your body as still as possible and use the movement from the hips under. So we do keep the core tight. We keep your hips parallel. So as I come out to the side and around behind, I'm using the movement through my hip. Now this is one exercise that we do a lot of to try and help the mobility through these hips. They're nice and gentle movements. And this really gives you an awareness of how well your hips are moving. So if we can't get it all the way out to the side, now I'm going to bring it all the way through in front. Again, it's coming back to your awareness of your own body and where it may be sticky, where it may not have as good a mobility as you would like it to. These are really easy exercises to add in to your day to help improve them. And into the middle, please, and reverse back and around in front. So again, all the ladies that I have been working with, they have noticed the small little things of being able to bend down more effectively, or how they walk is better. The less back pain, less hip pain. So they're all, again, we've been doing it for 6 months now. So it's very, very slow progress, but we're getting there. And the mobility has definitely improved. The balance has improved. Heel down, please. So it's definitely worthwhile doing these classes as on a weekly basis, at least 2 or 3 times a week if you can. And if not, just the basics of rolling your feet, moving the big toe. But the hip mobility, if you're finding that that's an issue, these are nice and easy ones to bring in. Tuck through and slide out to the side, and again, quarter circle on the other foot. Now I'm going to get you to please bring it all the way in front. And bring it back into the middle and reverse, please. So out to the side and around. Back in and heel down, please. So take your deep breath. Let's grab those sliders and we're going to pop them back to the side and come back now to your side to side steps, please. Nice deep breathing through. I'm going to get you to please bring a small march through, and we're going to take your box step next, please. So taking out your left, right, we bring left, right, left, right. So just let those arms hang nice and freely by your side. And bring your march back through. We will take your right, left step now, please. So bring your right, left, right, left. And bring a march through. Now, as we progress to another hip opener, we're just going to start with a little bit of movement through again. So chairs can be in front of you. We are going to take a step out, in, back in. So if your chair is there and you're needing it, please feel free to use it, and we'll just have it there for a bit of security. So we're tucking through, take your step out, exhale back up 1, step out, exhale 2. Step out, exhale 3, step out, exhale 4, step out, exhale 5, step out, exhale 6, step out, exhale 7, step out, exhale 8, step out, exhale 9, step out, exhale 10, step out, exhale 11, step out, exhale up as your 12, and march back through. So we'll take the other side, so tucking through again, please. Deep breath and step out. Exhale 1. Step out. Exhale 2. Step out. Exhale 3. Step out. Exhale 4. Step out. Exhale 5. Step out. Exhale 6. Step out. Exhale 7. Step out. Exhale 8. Step out. Exhale 9. Step out. Exhale 10. Step out. Exhale 11. Step out, and we exhale up into 12. And just take that little bit of a march back through, please. And again, let's bring our side to side steps. And let's just march back through. So keeping tight through your core now. Bring a knee tap up if we can. So we just raise the high knee. And we're going to march back through. Give your legs a little bit of a shake through. Now we're going to come into some hip openers where we're going to stretch and lengthen the muscle and then strengthen at the same time. So chairs are going to be needed. I'm going to give you two options, whether you be standing or whether you can come down into a kneeling position. So please grab your chairs, grab a cushion if you're needing to for your knee, and I will see you very shortly. We're now going to come into doing some hip flexor stretching and strengthening. So I'm going to give you two options for this because everyone's going to be at different levels. The first option for your hip flexor strengthening is to use your chair, and I'm going to bring my foot up. So this knee comes into a 90-degree position. So I'm going to come on side on for this for you. Tucking that bottom under, your hip flexor is in front and we're wanting to feel a stretch through. When we do, I'm going to come down to the floor. We're going to squeeze your bottom under to stretch through this hip flexor. So when we're in the kneeling position and I say squeeze your bottom, you're tucking under and back down. So we are keeping it nice and tall. Again, always that body's tall. Through the hip flexor, it is nice and flat. So if I come up sideways, it's nice and flat through here. I'm not pushing my bottom out and sticking my hip flexor forward. It is bottom under, stretch through. Now for those of you who are able to come down into a kneeling position, we have the option of using the cushion for the knee. Just makes it a little bit nicer. Now I do understand that there are some people who may have had that knee replacement and being on your knee is not an option. So please use the standing position. Again, if this is not an option for you, leave this exercise out. It is, however, very important to be able to work through, stretch and strengthen through the hip flexor. So the other option I will actually give you is standing up. You can stand up, losing the balance, and tuck your bottom under. So you can come into a standing position. So this is first position, standing. Again, stretching through, foot up on the chair, and your advanced option is to come down onto the floor. So again though, keep your body up nice and tall. Check your alignment through, so the shoulder, hip, knee, and then the foot coming back out. Your leg that is down and supporting can be offset to the side slightly. Now I've got a really nice stretch through the hip flexor and through my quad. So this is where we're going to start. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a little bit of stretching through, a little bit of loosening it up, and we're going to then come into a standing position and strengthen. So tight through core, deep breath. Now squeeze your bottom under and release 1. Squeeze it under 2 and release. Squeeze 3 and release. Squeeze 4 and release. Squeeze 5 and release. Squeeze 6 and release. Squeeze 7 and release. Squeeze 8 and release. Squeeze 9 and release. Squeeze 10 and release. Squeeze 11 and release. Squeeze 12 and hold your bottom under, please. And just release. Now the leg that is on the ground that we're stretching through the hip flexor, we're now going to come into a standing position and we're going to stabilize through the foot of the leg that is down, of the knee that is down. So the leg that is stretching, we're now going to strengthen the same leg. So please bring yourselves into a standing position, stabilize that foot. Now my hand is on the chair. If you're comfortable with the balance and stability, you can take it off, but tuck through, please. We're going to take your hip flexion exercise. So again, that bottom is under, deep breath, tucking in, and exhale up, 2, hold 2, down, 2, 1, exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2, 2, exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2, 3, exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2, 4, exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2, 5, exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2, 6, exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2, 7, exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2, 8, exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2, 9, exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2, 10, exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2, 11, and exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2 is a 12. Now before you put the foot down, leg that is down on the floor, we're now going to work through for a glute squeeze, please. So come behind your chair, stabilizing still in the hip width position. Raise your heel up on your working leg, please. Take a deep breath in. Now using your bottom, squeeze your glute back. 2, hold 2, down, 2, 1, exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2, 2, exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2, 3, exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2, 4, exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2, 5, exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2, 6, exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2, 7, exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2, 8, exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2, 9, exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2, 10, exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2, 11, and exhale 2, hold 2, down, 2, 12. So body coming up, please. Now we're going to come to the other side. So we're taking your other leg to be the working leg. So again, it's whether you step out, tuck your bottom under, whether you've got the chair, leg up on the chair, or whether we come down onto the floor. For your hip flexor, loosening and stretching first. So first come into the position of the shoulder, hip, knee, foot coming out, and again, feel that stretch through your hip flexor first. Take a nice deep breath. Now we're just going to squeeze your glute under. So squeeze under 1 and release. Squeeze 2 and release. Squeeze 3 and release. Squeeze 4, release. Squeeze 5, release. Squeeze 6, release. Squeeze 7, release. Squeeze 8, release. Squeeze 9, release. Squeeze 10, release. Squeeze 11, release. Squeeze 12, holding it under, please. And we're just going to release that one through. So again, the leg that is down on the floor, knee that is down on the floor, that is going to be your working leg. So we're going to come up, stabilize through the foot and take the hip flexion again. So come into your standing position, tucking your core back under, stabilizing first through the foot. Take a deep breath in, please, and exhale up, 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 1. Exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 2. Exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 4. Exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 5. Exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 6. Exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 7. Exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 8. Exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 9. Exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 10. Exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 11. And exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2 is 12. So again, leg that is down on the floor is going to be your working leg for your glute squeeze back. So please position yourselves behind the chair, hip width first, hips are parallel. Raise your heel, please. Take a deep breath in and squeeze your bottom back. 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 1. Exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 2. Exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 4. Exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 5. Exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 6. Exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 7. Exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 8. Exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 9. Exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 10. Exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2, 11. And exhale, 2, hold, 2, down, 2. Here's your 12. So just bring it up. Bring a little march through, and I'm just going to take a step back now. My chair is there just in case I'm needing it. I'm going to get you to take a step out and alternate your legs, please. So you step out, and again, exhale back 1, out, exhale 2, out, exhale 3, out, exhale 4, out, exhale 5, out, exhale 6, out, exhale 7, out, exhale 8, out, exhale 9, out, exhale 10, out, exhale 11, out, and we exhale up 12 and march back through, please, and just take your side to side steps. Deep breath through, marching through, shaking out those legs, please. I'm going to get you to grab yourselves a drink, and we're going to come back for a stretch. So with our stretch today, we will start on your chairs, working through the hips first. So see you on your chair very shortly. Okay, so we're back down onto those chairs. We're going to start with your stretching. So as always, postural position, shoulders, hips, knees, feet, tuck through core. When you're ready, please bring that foot up. Again, be mindful always of the position you're sitting in whenever we're doing anything, including your stretching. So a little bit of pressure down onto the knee, please. So let's just focus on that breathing. And deep breath in, relax through. Please take the foot down, bring the other side up. Take a deep breath and put a little bit of pressure down onto the knee. And just release that one out. Foot coming down, take your feet out wide. Hands are on the inside part of the knee, so always checking again from the hip out to the knees and the feet directly under in a 90-degree position. As you exhale, push your knees backwards. So stretching through your inner thigh. And release. So take your deep breath in again, please, and press that out. And just release and bring the knees back together. Coming up, let's come in beside the chair, please, for your hip flexor stretch again. So tuck through, stepping your inside leg in, bottom tucks under, your back knee goes straight. Now, hand is on chair. Your first option is to take a single arm up. Second option is to take both arms up. I'm going to get you to take a nice deep breath again. Tight through. Now the leg that's behind, please bring into your quad stretch. Deep breathing and press that foot back. And bring it in and shake through. Come to the other side. And again, inside leg step through, bottom under, drop the back knee down, hip flexor stretching. Take a deep breath, bring your foot back up. Take a deep breath and press the foot out into the hand. And let's just bring that one back in and shake it through. Come in behind the chairs now. You can come behind your chair. I'm just going to come front on. Small step backward, hinge your bottom back and or sideways. So bottom's going back, front leg is straight. We're stretching out through the hamstring, please. Bring up again, so small step, bottom back. And bring it up. So let's take a shake through. Calf stretch. So heel down, please. And back foot. So again, always postural alignment through, shoulders, hips, knees. Foot is back in a hip width position. Heel is down on the floor as best we can. Take a deep breath in now. Please exhale and bend the back knee slightly. So bring the stretch lower down through your calf, through the Achilles. And bring back up, please. So take the other side. Take your deep breath in and again, please bend that back knee slightly. And let's just bring that one up. Now, popping my chair to the side. We're going to take some deep breaths to finish up. So take the feet out wide, tuck through your core, please. Take the arms out. We're going to inhale down and exhale up. So we inhale down, in, exhale 1, inhale down, exhale 2, inhale down, exhale 3, inhale down and exhale up 4. We're going to shake through those arms and shake through your legs. Thank you for joining me with week 7. Now we're coming close to the end of our series. So we're just going to progress through this week with doing the things at home. So whether it's just doing your toe mobility through, whether it's a bit of toga, rolling of the feet, we're wanting to continue doing this, increasing it if we can, especially with these sessions in loosening up through the hips and strengthening through those glutes. It's really important to help keep us up. Falls prevention, the biggest thing that you can do is have strong feet, have the stability through the feet and through the rest of your body. So if you can do 2 or 3 of these sessions a week, it's going to be extremely beneficial for you. Making sure we're getting into a barefoot as much as we possibly can. So as you progress through and you're finding that you can spend more and more time barefoot, please do so, please increase it. Get out of those shoes, be mindful of the shoes that you are wearing. So really take a look at that. I might actually bring in some shoes with me next week for you to have a look at. Again, thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next week for a little bit more glute work, definitely more hip mobility, and have a great week, and I'll see you then.